Dreaming of cracking the UPSC Civil Services examination? Unsure about where to start or how to navigate the challenging path to success? Vision IAS Delhi's GS Foundation Course 2026 is here to provide the right direction, support, and resources to transform your dream into reality. This holistic course is designed to prepare you for every aspect of the UPSC CSE, prelims, mains, and interview. Here's what makes this course a game changer. Complete syllabus coverage from GS prelims to mains, CSAT, ethics, essay, and current affairs. We leave no stone unturned. Top-notch faculty learn from Delhi's most experienced mentors who have guided countless toppers. Personalized mentorship, tailored feedback, and performance assessments to help you constantly improve. Exclusive current affairs preparation. Master the dynamic part of the syllabus with PT 365 and Mains 365 sessions. This course isn't just about preparation, it's about building the confidence and strategy you need to excel. Batches starting for 2026, 2027 and 2028. Karol Bagh, 17th December, 9 a.m. 29th November, 5 p.m. GTB Nagar, 13th December, 6 p.m. 23rd December, 8 a.m. Your journey to UPSC success starts with Vision IAS.
The first thing which we did was digital. I have got a 6 or 7 page Word document and PDF also, which I will share to all of you. Now, the second issue is regarding local government. Now, you remember that we have 3 tiers of governance. What are the 3 tiers? Yeah. Okay. Union, state, and district. District officer is called as DM, state is called CM, union is called PM. They are the leaders who run the show, PM, CM, and DM. Now, what happened was that all decision making was being done by these 3 people only. The local people belonging to the villages. Yeah, you wanted to ask something? Sure. The local people at the grassroots level, they were not consulted. So this approach, which was there in the British era, was a top-down approach. Okay, top-down. This was before independence. And after independence, we have citizen-centric system of governance. Earlier it was colonial system of governance. colonial system of governance, which was essentially top-down approach. But now citizen-centric is bottom-top to top approach. Now, how will you ensure that things travel from bottom to top? You have to establish a system of governance at a level lower than the DM level. And therefore, three-tier system was then introduced below the DM level. What was that? When in villages, what was that? Rural areas, Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, and Zilla Parishad. So, as far as rural area is concerned, decentralization meant three tiers: village panchayat, panchayat samiti at the block level, at block level. It is at the village level. And third was Zilla Parishad at the district level. So, as far as rural decentralization is concerned, many powers, many subjects were transferred to the organizations below the level of the DM. Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti and Zilla Parishad. And in the urban local bodies, what was done? What were some of the urban local bodies called? Municipal committees, municipal corporations, improvement trusts, ports, cantonments. So they were the urban local bodies. So government thought that it was necessary that the decision making should finish at these levels. So we must delegate certain powers to these local bodies. And it was decided that 4F will be given to these local bodies. 4F. What are they? Yeah. So 4F, it was decided that 4F will be transferred to these people. Funds, functions, functionaries, what is the fourth M? F? That we have done. Funds, functions, functionaries. 4F. Freedom. Correct. So it was said that the funds, local bodies must be free to collect funds and spend funds. For example, a municipal committee can construct roads, can construct school buildings, and so on, collect taxes, sewer tax and water tax and electricity tax. Similarly, a panchayat can also collect taxes from the people for, say, water connection or for electricity connection and so on. So that is the functions. Functionaries, that ultimately these bodies should have autonomy to recruit people who are called as functionaries. In the case of village panchayat, what is the name of the functionary? Government functionary? Yeah, go ahead. Kaj, samjha nahi? Gram Sachiv. Yeah. So, village secretary or Gram Sachiv? or village secretary at the panchayat level. Who was the government functionary at the panchayat samiti level? BDO. So BDO, panchayat samiti, the official was BDO. And at the top level, okay, urban local bodies, it was the municipal commissioner. And in what about Zilla Parishad? He was called as chairman of Zilla Parishad. Okay. So this is how the funds, functions, functionaries. For example, functions में क्या होगा? रोड आप बना सकते हैं, बिल्डिंग आप बना सकते हैं, पॉन्ड्स आप खुदवा सकते हैं. They are the functions which were exercised by the level which was a DM. Now it has gone to the lower level. And fourth is freedom. So you have a freedom to take decisions. So basically this was done through 73rd and 74th amendment in the Constitution. So let us talk about local governance in focus, empowering India's growth story. So evolving role of local government. Over the period of time from 73 onwards, the local government concept has been evolving. Basically, competitive sub-federalism. What is the meaning of this? We have a federal structure. That means states are independent in some matters, union is independent in some matters, decision making. So now it was thought that we should have a similar federalism below the district level. So that is why it is called as sub-federalism. So sub-federalism means federalism at grassroots level, which is panchayat, urban local bodies, and so on. So it is competitive sub-federalism. Second is inclusive and participatory governance. What is the meaning of this? Because in the local bodies, people were elected. Panch, Sarpanch, Panchayat Samiti, Zilla Parishad, municipal councillors, they were all elected. So therefore they said it should be participatory, inclusive. All sections of society should move together. Number 3, it said efficiency. Efficiency will improve. How? With this decentralization, efficiency will improve. How? Red tapeism will be less, yes, correct. Decision making will be done at a lower level. Lot of decentralization. File earlier used to travel to the state government or to the district magistrate. Now the panchayat, the sarpanch, the panchayat samiti, they will be able to take decision, and therefore there will be a greater efficiency. If every file travels to the Prime Minister's office, what will happen? Decision making will become slow, inefficient. So everyone is given certain power, the decentralization, which will improve the service delivery. Technological adoption and innovation. So now how the local government is evolving, technology is being adopted and innovation. So panchayats have adopted technology, panchayat samitis have done, urban local bodies have adopted technology. What is the name of the centers which are opened up under Digital India campaign in rural areas to cater to the masses? Common Service Centers, CSCs. So CSCs, so nowadays technology is being adopted. And innovation. Innovation means creativity. So now we are talking about changing role of local governance. So there is a competitive sub-federalism. So there are 3 levels: Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, grassroots level decision making is there. So there is a federalism has gone deeper down below the DM level. Number 2, it is participatory. For example, all the people in the Panchayat, they sit together and then they decide what are the priorities. You have to construct this street, you have to construct the culverts, you have to construct the drains. So it is more participatory, isn't it? So this is how it's done. कभी आपने गए हैं गांव में? Have you been to a village? Any one of you? Acha, you both of you have gone. Okay, very good. So in the Panchayat, there is a Sarpanch and Panches. There is always a women reservation. Up to what extent? Yeah, 1/3. And there is a government functionary who is Gram Sachiv. So this sits, regular meetings are held, and their agenda items are discussed. What are the agenda items? Functions. There are 4 things we talked about: funds, function and functionaries. So they will decide what functions we have to perform. Is हमने जो है पानी की सप्लाई देनी है, we have to give gas connections, you have to give electricity connections. So they will all be discussed by the members of the Panchayat. Similar action is taken at the Panchayat Samiti level, which is a higher level, and the top action at the Zilla Parishad level. So there is technological adoption, efficiency improvement, inclusivity. So inclusivity means there are always reservation for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, women. That is inclusivity. And participatory. They all sit together to take decisions. Transparency and accountability. So now all decisions are taken in a transparent manner. There is nothing hidden. Sometimes even the meetings are held in camera. So video recording is done so that tomorrow nobody can have any doubts. So it's more of transparency. Whatever is done, media is invited. Media looks up at what exactly is being done. So greater transparency and accountability. The Sarpanch, if supposing he is not in a position to construct a road well, then there will be a social audit. People will say, no, he has not done it. He is telling a lie. And therefore, greater accountability. He can be charge sheeted. He can be removed by the collector. How many of you have seen OTT Panchayat? You have seen it? You have seen it. Okay. Oh, so many. Wonderful. It's a wonderful OTT web series. And now the 4th season is also likely to come shortly. With every activity of Panchayat, you will be able to relish. Where you have the concept called Sarpanch Pati. You know. So Neena Gupta is the Sarpanch, but her husband actually does the entire thing. So the concept of Sarpanch Pati. There you have a district magistrate who is a lady, and she comes and inspects the 15th August ceremony. So basically the panchayats are now gradually over a period of time, they are becoming now lively, responsive, they are able to take decisions, which is a good thing. In fact, that is why Gandhiji evolved the concept of Swaraj, which is self-rule, and Suraj. What is Suraj? What is Suraj? Good governance. Okay. Fosters economic growth, because if the decision making is done quickly, it will ensure economic growth. Otherwise, it will take a long time if the approval has to be taken from the DM or the state government. So it will improve economic growth. The village, if all the infrastructure facilities are available or in urban local bodies, then it will mean economic growth. Indore has become totally garbage free city. The credit goes to the local bodies who have been doing it. So these people are elected, they have to go back to the masses after 5 years. So naturally, the accountability improves and the creativity improves, innovation and economic growth. And there ensures social cohesion. Why? Why social cohesion? Huh? People? Yeah, because there is a concept of Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat, in which all able-bodied people who are voters, they attend that. And it is a feeling of social cohesion, where you, the government officer will sit and they will say, oh, tell us whether these schemes which I am listing down under Manrega, they have been actually carried out or not. That is the social audit. So different castes, different creed, different communities, women, children, senior citizen, they will all come together on that platform of Gram Sabha. Similarly in the Panchayat, it is a mix of all people. So it ensures a better social cohesion. If it is dominated by only one set of people, the social cohesion will not be there. So people will be inclined to take some decision for the poor section of society, some for scheduled caste, some for scheduled tribe, handicapped, women. So it leads to a better social cohesion. So current structure of local government, democratic decentralization in India, 73rd, 74th Amendment, they came into force in 1993 and they introduced the democratic decentralization. Okay? Whenever you find time, go through the 73rd and 74th Amendment, you will be able to see what exactly has been done. So what India needs to improve in local governance? Issues with PRI. What is PRI? Panchayati Raj institutions. So what India needs to improve, that means there is always a scope for improvement. The PRIs are not running in the manner as Gandhiji conceived. So what needs to be done? Needs ineffective devolution of powers. Explain to me what is the meaning of this. Yeah, so all the important subjects have still not been passed on to the PRIs. So they are still being controlled by the DM or the state level. So unless and until you pass on, decentralize, how will you expect that development will take place? So many of the subjects which should have been passed on under 73rd, 74th Amendment have still not been implemented. They are still being controlled by the state government. For example, recruitment. Recruitment of a doctor, recruitment of a teacher, recruitment of a veterinary surgeon, recruitment of Gram Sachiv, they are all done by the state government. No panchayat is able to recruit them. And that is why they are not bothered. Sometimes the teachers don't go to the schools, they don't teach. The local doctor, he absents himself and the sarpanch can't do anything. Because there is ineffective devolution of powers. For construction of a road, the estimate has to go to the BDO, has to go to the DM. Why not at the level of sarpanch? So this is insufficient. Number two, improved financial autonomy and effective empowerment. So number one was power were not there. Number two, financial powers are also not there. So say up to, there can be some limits, up to 50,000 only the sarpanch will be able to do works. Beyond 50,000, if the road is to be constructed, it will go to the BDO or it will go to the district magistrate. So one is administrative power, the other is financial power. So lack of okay, and empowerment. Empowerment has still not been done to the people. Lack of clarity on the role of PRIs. There is still not great clarity on the role of the PRIs. So these are the constraints. Issues with urban local bodies. Earlier it was PRIs, that is Panchayati Raj institution. Now the urban ones, municipal corporation, municipal committee, ports, cantonments, which are the urban bodies. So, challenges in municipal elections, untimely elections, inconsistent mayoral terms, delayed delimitation. What is the meaning of this? Tell me now. What is the meaning? So, untimely elections. The elections are not held on time. Elections to the urban local bodies. Inconsistent mayoral terms. So, mayor is the non-official member. In every local body, you have one mayor. Just like in a village, you have sarpanch. Here, in urban local bodies, it is called mayor. Here, it was gram sachiv. Yeah, it is municipal commissioner. So, mayor term is inconsistent. Sometimes the mayor term is 1 year, inconsistency is there. He does not have sufficient time to supervise the municipal corporation. So, inconsistent mayor term. And delayed delimitation. What is delimitation? Define the boundaries of wards. Different wards. So, every municipal corporation will have wards. Each ward will have a municipal, will have a councillor. Number 2, finances. Low revenue generation. Recently, Chandigarh Municipal Corporation, you must have read in the news that it was very short of funds, and it has now asked because the mobilization of funds is not sufficient. So, it is not able to pay the salary of the employees and other things. So, finances are very low, low revenue generation and reliance on transfers. So, there is much more, emphasis on transfers and postings. Increased municipal borrowings. Municipal corporations have to borrow a lot of funds from the banks, and then you have to repay the loan, you have to repay the interest. So, the situation of the municipal committees becomes even worse because you have to draw funds. You don't have so much of income, expenditure is more. And then underdeveloped municipal bond market, low fund absorption, there are many challenges. And the government challenges is limited devolution of power, insufficient strengthening of state election commissions. So, the state election commissioner, just like you have an election commission of India, the elections to the local bodies and panchayats, that is conducted by the state level commissioner. So, the state level commissioner has not been strengthened, and there is the devolution of power has not taken place. So, for example, the roads, it still continue to be made by PWD or marketing board. So, the power which should have been transferred to the urban local bodies has still not been done. So, why it has not been done? Tell me why. What is the basic psyche? Why it has not been done? The powers are not getting transferred to the panchayats and the urban local bodies, even though specifically mentioned in the constitution, but state government does not give the powers. Why? चौधर कम हो जाएगी. You understand what is चौधर? Their importance will go down. The MLAs, the MPs, the minister who are right now having a say, now the entire scenario, the thing will go to the villages. So, the importance of MP and MLA and ministers, that will go down. So, they don't want to part with the power, and they say no, everything should come to us, rather than the decision making at left at the level of the PRIs and urban local bodies. It is the question of power. Nobody likes to leave the power. That is why the devolution does not take place. Okay. So, initiatives taken by the government, National Urban Digital Mission, Smart City, What is smart city? Can you define what is smart city? Achha, okay, tell me, what is that thing which is typically present in a smart city which is not present in other cities? How they are distinguished from the normal cities? Digital infrastructure, what else? Huh? Best waste, okay, waste management, healthcare, okay. Uh-huh. Okay, okay, yeah, that also is a part. Look at the definition of the Government of India, smart city. Because once you look up at the Google, it will remain embedded inside you. Sometimes you can look at the Google, sometimes ChatGPT also gives you very good answers. What is a smart city mission? How do you define a smart city? Wow. And some of the specific things, it has got a very good internet connectivity. The services, our utilities services are very much better. So there are many things, transport, energy, everything. So some of the initiatives taken: National Urban Digital Mission, Smart Cities, NULM. What is NULM? Urban Livelihood Mission. Now look at what is NULM. See. See, tell me. National Urban Livelihood Mission. Correct. Atmanirbhar Bharat. Why Atmanirbhar Bharat had to be brought in? Why? Yes. The supply chain was disrupted because of COVID-19. And therefore, it was necessary to be self-sufficient. That is why Atmanirbhar Bharat was introduced by the Prime Minister. By giving incentives to the startups, to the stand-ups, Make in India, Made in India, these are all examples of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Amrut Yojana, what is Amrut Yojana? Huh? Correct, correct. National Mission on Sustainable Habitat. There is a mission which has been done. Hriday scheme. What is Hriday scheme? What is Hriday scheme? Yes? Yes, correct. It is linked with the heritage of the country. National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, Hriday Scheme, Forest Rights Act, one of the old. Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas, PESA Act, again a very important act. And this question is often asked in the interviews. PESA, what is PESA? So read through the PESA. Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan and Swamitva Scheme. What is Swamitva Scheme? Digitalization of the land records in the urban areas. Because urban areas there was no land record. So with the help of drones and other technological measures, they provided proprietorship rights to the people living within the village abadi. E-Gram Swaraj, so taking electronic governance to the grams.
Get ready to conquer UPSC Prelims 2025 with a strong hold over current affairs. Enroll for the PT 365 program, a 20-day course offering comprehensive coverage of 1-year current affairs in 60 hours. This meticulously designed curriculum features daily sessions on important subjects relevant to the prelims examination. Starting offline from 9th January at 5 p.m., the highlights include complete coverage of current affairs from sources such as The Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, Economic Times, Yojana among others. Flexibility of class timing with access to live online classes for distance learning students. Access to Sandhan, a personalized prelims test series. Personalized assessment and feedback. Doubt clearing sessions and mentoring. Get on board to succeed in prelims with excellence in current affairs.
So what is the way forward? So CAG, and this question we often ask in interview, what is the difference between the functions of CVC, CBI and CAG? Tell me, what is the difference between the functions of CVC, CBI and CAG? What does CAG do? Audit. So it talks about expenditure as well as income. It is a kind of a body which looks into how money is coming and how money is going. So CAG said that we must have time-bound action plan to complete devolution of powers. It has not been done, so CAG said you must devolve the powers. You see, people say, the defense they have, they said, ये लोग inexperienced लोग हैं, village panchayat, sarpanch, they will not be able to. How will they gain experience? Unless and until you give them power, how will you? Similarly, like that, a person going for a job and the person says, you have no experience. अरे भाई, experience मिलेगा तभी तो होगा. So someone has to. So therefore, you have to pass on the power, strengthen state election commission, because they are the bodies which carry out the elections. Implement transparency in financial management. The financial management should be more transparent. Some things have been done, for example, in Manrega, social audit has been done. Fourth is the capacity building. Capacity building is again the second IT. You remember? Increasing participation is inclusivity and capacity building is inspired training. So we must keep on training the urban local bodies and PRI, sarpanches, panchayat samitis, the municipal mayor and councillors and so on. So that is the way forward. So conclusion is, local governance provides an institutionalized arena for grassroots participation. A collaborative approach involving the state and local bodies will strengthen India's decentralized governance system. So now you see, I was telling you that state government doesn't want to part with the powers to the local bodies. So you have to have a much greater collaboration. So a collaborative approach with state and the local bodies. That will strengthen decentralized governance, ensuring transparency, accountability, and effective service delivery, which is the ultimate aim. Aim हर एक का क्या है? Service delivery तो है. Every government institution has to deliver a service. Why they have to deliver a service? Because people pay taxes, and those taxes must be on work. आपने देखा होगा, whenever municipal corporation digs up a road and carrying out some construction, They put a signboard there, a placard. You know what is written? Your taxes at work. Your taxes at work. So ultimately, they have to do the public service delivery. The citizen expects that the public servants must serve them because they are getting salary from the public exchequer. So ultimately, that is the aim of the local government. So that was the end. Any questions so far? If you have, we talked about two things today. One was changing role of the civil servants in terms of leadership, given the technological developments which are taking place in the country and abroad. How the leaders, the civil servant must adapt themselves, must change themselves. It must be done through attitude changes. Attitude changes is called as inner transformation. IT, you remember, IT is equal to IT plus IT plus IT. The third IT was inner transformation, which is change in the attitudes. Attitude means you must have empathy, you must have sympathy, you must have compassion, you must be efficient, you must be effective. And that is why the 4 E's of citizen-centric governance were this. What were the 4 E's? In your answers, try to incorporate, as I told you, when we were, some of you might be present in the case studies. In the case study, which is part B of the GS4 paper, you have to introduce certain keywords. So the 4 E's of citizen-centric administration, one is ethos of service. The public servant is expected to serve the people. Ethos of service to the citizens. Service to whom? Citizens. Number 2, ethics. Number 3, efficiency and effectiveness. What is effectiveness? What is effectiveness? And what is efficiency? Correct, correct. Efficiency is less resources lead to better results, greater result. So with minimum resources, less or minimum resources produce maximum results. And what is effectiveness? Okay, we normally use the word impact. What is the impact? Also called as outcome. So the citizen-centric administration has got ethos of service to the citizen, ethics, efficiency and effectiveness, and fourth is equity with empathy. Use these words in your answers and the 8 pillars of good governance, and you will be coming out with brilliant answers. All you have to remember is some of the keywords which you can just use, sprinkle them at different places in your answers. So this is ultimately the aim, and today we have covered 2 topics, and more will be there in the days to come. If there are any questions, feel free to ask me regarding the digital transformation, how it is requires to be adopted by the civil servants, what changes, conduct rules require to be made. I will be sharing a very well prepared background note on both these topics so that you can at your leisure go through them. Okay. So then shall we call it the end today? Okay. All the best to you. See you then. Thank you. I will ask the IT team to, because The coordinator doesn't seem to be here today, so I will pass it on.